Beneath the charm of Gainesville's streets lies something deeper, stories that time never silenced. From haunted buildings to restless spirits still wandering the night, Gainesville's past lingers in every shadow. Come along as we explore some of the spookiest and most haunted locations in Alachua County.
Come get close, but not too close. This is the Devil's Millhopper, one of Gainesville's oldest mysteries. Despite its calming exterior, luscious ferns, and thick trees, this legend of the sinkhole is very dark. Long ago, before Gainesville became home to the swamp, the devil fell in love with a young and beautiful Native American woman. The woman wanted absolutely nothing to do with the devil, but he would not take no for an answer. One night, the devil stole her from her village and took her into these very woods. A group of brave soldiers followed after the devil and the woman, chasing them through the brush and right to this very spot till the ground began to shake. The devil slammed his fist into the ground, and the ground split open, revealing the mouth into hell. The devil jumped into the hole, taking the woman with him, and the soldiers turned right into stone right here in this very spot. And some say if you come at night, you can still hear the devil laughing and the woman crying, waiting for someone stupid enough to jump in the hole and go after them.
Right here stands McDitton's, one of downtown Gainesville's busiest bars. But long before it was known for its all-you-can-drink nights and Gator sports watch parties, this same building had a much older story to tell. In the early 1900s, the bar was called the College Inn, and decades later it became known as the Purple Porpoise, a rowdy Gainesville hangout that defined Gainesville nightlife through the 90s. And through every name change and coat of paint, one thing has stayed the same: the legend that refused to die. Locals whisper that back in the 60s, a young woman met a tragic fate in the upstairs bathroom. Some say she was murdered, and some say that she never left. Since then, bartenders and patrons alike have felt sudden cold drafts, heard footsteps in the empty hallway above, and even seen flickering lights with no cause. When the Purple Porpoise closed in 2002, regulars swore the place still had a pulse, and maybe they were right, because whether it's the College Inn, the Purple Porpoise, or McDitton's, the spirit said to haunt these walls hasn't gone anywhere. So, if you feel a chill rush past your shoulder, maybe it's Gainesville's most loyal guest still wandering the upstairs hall, waiting to be remembered.
Located on the east side of campus, Norman Hall opened in 1934 as the P.K. Young Laboratory School. The 3.5-story building was constructed in the collegiate Gothic style with gabled roofs and cast stone gargoyles leering from the rooftop. The hall now houses the UF College of Education. Even students who say they do not believe in ghosts have admitted in interviews that Norman is spooky and gives off a creepy vibe. People who frequented Norman in earlier years reported eerie doings in a second-floor lounge, visible through a metal grate. Inside the room was an old metal hospital bed said to be haunted by the spirit of a school nurse. Legend has it, if you made the bed at night and locked the door, the sheets would be rumpled and slept on in the morning. Urban legend has it that a group of children perished in a Norman elevator accident in the 1930s. Since then, children's laughter and the pattering of little feet have been reportedly heard echoing in the corridors late at night. The ghost of a small girl is still said to roam on the 3rd floor, leaving an icy chill in her wake.
Welcome to Beaty Towers, the twin high-rises that have looked over University of Florida's campus since 1967. Named for former UF Dean Robert C. Beaty, these 13-story dorms were built to represent modern student life. But behind those clean concrete walls and mirrored windows, a darker story lingers. For decades, students have whispered the same tale about a woman who leapt from one of the upper floors in the late 1960s or 70s. Officially, there's no record of it. No police report, no housing log, nothing in the archives to prove it ever happened. And yet, the legend refuses to die. Residents say they've heard soft knocks on their windows 13 stories up, or the faint sound of crying echoing through empty hallways long after midnight. Some claim to see a figure on the balcony, a shadow that shouldn't be there, vanishing the moment they look up again. Whether she was real or not, her story has become part of Beaty's soul. Every fall, new students move in and hear the same warning: don't look too long at the windows after dark. You might just see her reflection looking back.
Welcome to the Mcreary Mansion, a Victorian-era relic with a past that refuses to fade. This house was built in 1890 and owned by Florida lawmaker and newspaper editor Henry Hamilton Mcreary. Almost a century later, it was moved to this location on East University Ave to avoid demolition, and now it sits abandoned. Local legends say since the home was moved from its original foundations, the memories inside have never settled. Some days a light still glows in the window, visible from the street. but look too long and it may flicker out, not to be seen till the next day. So if you feel chills walking past this home, don't fret. It might just be the newspaper editor checking one last line before lights out for the night.
Before the laughter and applause filled these walls, this building opened in 1911 as the federal courthouse and post office. Its marble floors, iron elevator, and holding cells still whisper of the stories of those who once stood trial here. Lighting designer Bob Robbins, who's been with the Hippodrome for over 3 decades, swears he's seen figures drifting through the 3rd floor hallway, a woman in white, another in a blue dress, gliding silently past. And then there's the memorable story, the legend of the woman who arrived too late. As the tale goes, when the building was still a courthouse, a man stood trial here for murder. His lover rushed to the steps, clutching evidence that could prove his innocence. But before she could reach him, it was over. From those very steps, she saw his body hanging by a nearby tree. Her screams echoed through the corridors and was never truly stopped. They say her spirit still roams the halls, searching for the man she couldn't save. Her presence marked by cold spots, flickering lights, and the faint sound of footsteps where no one walks. So, if you feel a sudden chill as we pass by the old courtroom, don't be alarmed. She's still looking, hoping one night she'll finally find him.
Whether you believe in ghosts or not, one thing is certain. Gainesville's history still whispers through its streets. Until next time, keep your eyes open and your lights on.